No one had dinner with me last night. No one's gonna have dinner with me tonight. I'm gonna be eating dinner alone again. Dinner alone again. Gonna be eating dinner alone again. Just me, myself, and I here. And it's terrible. I got paid bullshit today. I got paid bullshit dollars an hour for doing bullshit work. I was slaving myself to death in the past. The last time I worked a job like this, I was slaving myself to death. And for what? For what really is the question. This place works people, or places like this work people until they got nothing left to give, and they underpay them the whole time, and then they kick them to the curb. So, I despise the government for forcing me to work here or places like this. I despise the government for forcing me to work at places like this in the past. And I can wholeheartedly say that, working yourself to an early grave for not enough money is bullshit. So, I can't wait to leave this state. I can't wait for the mass exodus of Floridians. I can't wait until everyone has enough of living in Florida and realizes that there's no benefit to being this close to the Caribbeans and countries like Puerto Rico, Cuba, Jamaica. There's no benefit to being in close proximity to these countries because the citizens of these countries suck ass. And I despise having to suffer so these people can infest this place with their disgusting behavior, demeanor. I hate having to work with the descendants of these nations. And these people haven't improved this place at all. The mass influx of people from the islands near Florida has not improved this state at all. This state has only gotten worse and harder to survive in because of these people being here. Um, just know, not only, not only are the descendants of people from these islands working for ICE, they were living within a mile in West Palm Beach and Billionaire Row, where Epstein and Donald Trump were neighbors that lived on the same street with each other in West Palm Beach in Florida. Not only were their neighbors descendants of people from those islands, their employees were all living all around Billionaire Row, because Billionaire Row is surrounded by poverty, because Florida's a giant real estate scam. So I just want you to know that these people do so little for the state of Florida that they were living within spitting distance of Donald Trump and Epstein being neighbors in Billionaire Row in West Palm Beach in Florida. And all of your so-called great people from the islands that surround Florida just did absolutely nothing while all of that was going on around them. So I don't want to hear anything about the great things that the people that come from those islands do for this country. I don't want to hear it at all. Okay, because they were living within spitting distance of Epstein and Trump and every other horrible person that lived in Billionaire Row in West Palm Beach in Florida, and they weren't doing anything about it except working for them. They weren't doing anything about it except going, "What would you like me to do for you, sir? What would you like me to do for you, sir?" Like, that's what those people were doing that lived within spitting distance of Epstein and Trump, that while Epstein and Trump were living on Billionaire Row with a bunch of other abhorrent people. Okay, so I don't want to hear anything about the great things that the descendants of the people from those islands that live here now are doing for this country, because they could have went and it could have landed on fucking Epstein and Trump's house on fucking Billionaire Row in West Palm Beach in Florida. They could have went and their fucking spit would have landed on their houses. That's how close they were to them, and they didn't do anything about it. All right, so I don't want to hear anything about the awesome things that those demographics do for this country. I didn't realize I told a joke. Did I tell some sort of joke? Who's that? I don't know who that is. Is anyone going to tell me who that is? I don't know who that is. Oh. Well, hold on. All right. So, just remember that all of the people that are descended from people from those islands that have moved here, the islands neighboring Florida, just remember that all of those people are complicit in what's it called? All of those people lived within spitting distance of Billionaire Row in West Palm Beach, and they didn't do anything about it. Just remember that. Just remember that all of those people that were living right on top of Billionaire Row in West Palm Beach in Florida didn't do anything about it. Just remember that. Just remember that the next time that you see people complaining about colonialism or whatever, or saying that you live on stolen land, just remember that not only did those people move here and speak predominantly their foreign language, but on top of it, they lived within spitting distance of Billionaire Row, where Trump and Epstein lived on the same street as each other, and they didn't do anything about it. Just remember that. Just remember that. Just remember that, guys. Just remember that, what's it called? Just remember that all of those people that complain about colonialism, not only did they move to a country and start speaking a foreign language in the country, not only did they abuse the systems, the social services, not only did they move here and speak a language that is not the country of the land, not only did they move here and start abusing social services, not only did they move here and start defrauding the government, on top of it, they lived within spitting distance of Billionaire Row, where Trump and Epstein lived in West Palm Beach in Florida, and they didn't do anything about it. Just remember that. Just remember that they actually aided and abetted the operation. They actually worked for the operation. Not only did they not do anything about it, they helped the operation exist. You know, they worked for the operation. They did everything from mundane routine labor for those people. But they also aided and abetted in the criminal portion of their operations. So I just want that information to be out there. I just want that information to be out there. Not only did they do skilled and unskilled labor for these operations, they aided and abetted the criminal operation also. I mean, in the 4chan post that the driver for Epstein made, he said specifically someone from South Florida strangled a journalist with a belt and then put them in a wood chipper. That was on the 4chan post that was made 4 years, like 4 to 6 years before it was actually major headlines, the whole Epstein thing. So, I mean, by region specifically said that someone from South Florida was unaliving people. What do you think the odds are that that person originated from Latino and Caribbean island nations? What do you think the odds are if they're from South Florida and they're working for Epstein? What do you think? And they're unaliving for Epstein. They're putting people in a wood chipper for Epstein, strangling people with a belt for Epstein, and they're from South Florida. What do you think the odds are that their genes, their genetic makeup is that of a Caribbean, a Latino Caribbean island nation? Because I'm like 90 to 100% sure he didn't grab some dorky looking white guy from South Florida to do unaliving for him and to be putting journalists in wood chippers for him. Okay, I don't think he's gonna grab someone that looks like me and expect me to keep my mouth shut. Okay, I don't think he's grabbing people that look like me from South Florida to do unaliving for him. What do you think the odds are that someone that he would trust to put a journalist in a wood chipper and not say anything about it? Odds are they're probably, from a Latino island nation near Florida genetically. How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? Any takers? Any takers on the specific individual from South Florida that was mentioned in the 4chan post that was about like 6 years before the news knew anything, or before the news was actually mentioning Epstein in any significant way? What do you think the odds are? Any takers on the bet? What do you think the odds are? We got any takers? Any takers on the origins of his genes and phenotype of the individual from South Florida that was mentioned only as an individual from South Florida that was unaliving journalist on Epstein's island and putting them in wood chippers that was mentioned in the 4chan post, dated 6 years before any actual major news media mention of the Epstein operation. Any takers? Any takers? So that's why I'm gonna be glad to get out of here. That's why I'm gonna be glad to get out of here. That's why I'm gonna be glad to get out of here. Well, they can't beat me in VR boxing, so that's objectively untrue. I've seen Mexicans from Mexico complain about being asked to work too hard. I've seen unskilled immigrant laborers tap out on things as simple as unskilled, like, grading. Okay, I've seen like 5 foot tall immigrants from Central and South America literally tap out on being asked to grate minuscule amounts of dirt with a shovel. Okay, I'm talking about minuscule amounts of dirt with a shovel. I've seen immigrants tap out on literally, what's it called? I've seen immigrants from Mexico and Central and South America that are like 5 foot tall literally give up and walk off of the job because they were being asked to do like a minuscule amount of grading. I'm talking about like planter spaces, okay? Florida's fucking flat. Florida's flat, okay? These motherfuckers from Mexico were, okay, I was doing the grading by myself before they got there, okay? And we're talking about grading like planter spaces, okay? And Florida's fucking flat, okay? We're not digging 4 feet down. We're not digging 4 feet down. We're talking about inches of grading in planter spaces. And Mexicans were tapping out on that, and I was not. We're talking about grading planter spaces. And these people were tapping out on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on the claim that they work better than me. Okay, I don't need a 40 pack of Doritos. I don't need a 40 pack of Doritos to get through the day. I don't need 50 gallons of ice and a 40 pack of Doritos and a fucking Lonchera to get through the day. But I'm not. I'm not, though. I'm not, though. The people that are lazy would be you guys, because you need a 40 pack of Doritos and you need 10 pounds of ice, a 40 pack of Doritos, you need a Lonchera. Like, you guys are fucking ridiculous, okay? I don't even show up with water. Okay, when I'm doing unskilled labor, I don't even show up with water. Okay, I don't even show up with sunscreen or water. Okay, you show up with a fucking 40 pack. You show up with a fucking 40 pack of Doritos. You show up with 27 Coca-Colas, and you don't do shit either. You don't do shit either. Like literally, like when it comes to unskilled labor, you guys are about the sorriest sons of bitches I've ever seen. You can tell, like I told you was gonna happen. I said you guys are gonna get like 3 generations in and you're gonna realize that this place is a scam. Okay? I told you. I'm like, take over whatever place you want. Number 1, it's gonna get gentrified because this place is a real estate scam. Number 2, you're gonna get like 2 to 3 generations in here, and your Americanized fucking kids are gonna suck ass because this place sucks all of the soul, culture, and life out of anything that it comes into contact with. This place is a fucking culture vacuum. Okay, this place is a literal culture vacuum. This place sucks any culture, free will, sense of fucking community. This place is a fucking sense of community and culture vacuum. Okay, and you can try to blame that on pale people, but it has absolutely nothing to do with pale people, and it has everything to do with the fact that this place is fundamentally structured from the ground up to be a tremendous fucking scam. Okay, this country is structured from the ground up to be the biggest fucking scam that you could possibly think of. Okay, and there's nothing that being Latino can do to change the fact that 2 to 3 generations into moving here, your Americanized kids are going to be fat, lazy. They're going to be driving a fucking hand-me-down car that looks like a fucking 50s muscle car, and they're not going to want to do anything because everything is a fucking waste of time here. And that has nothing to do with pale people. That has absolutely nothing to do with pale people, and it has everything to do with the fact that this country was built from the ground up to be a fucking scam that sucks all sense of community and culture out of anyone that moves here. Oh, also, the amount of your people that I am going to humiliate in VR boxing is at about like 90 right now. It's at about 90 right now. So, like I said, coming here when I'm trying to eat dinner, and disrespecting me is only going to bring repercussions on your people. That's only going to bring repercussions on your people, and you can apologize to me now. You can apologize to me now for disrespecting me, because I'm going to further cause harm to your people and demographics as a result of you disrespecting me. So, look forward to that. You can watch that happen live later. We are 20 into about 9 right now. More like maybe like 110, 120. We're like 110 and 110 to 120 of your people. Also, 2 of the names you brought up, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Two of the names that you mentioned, I have no fucking clue who you're talking about. It was like Mark and Angie. I don't know who the fuck those people even are. I have no fucking idea who Mark and Angie are. But, because that could be fucking anyone. You know how common of a name that is? Like, do you know how common of a name those 2 names are? I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. I don't even think you're trying at this point, because you're just saying random fucking names. I don't know who the fuck Mark and Angie are. Alright, I'm about to fuck your people up. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in my. I'm about to go in here, and I'm gonna fuck your people up. I'm gonna fuck more of your people up because your people are weak, and because you put me in handcuffs, because you locked me in a cell. So because you put me in handcuffs and locked me in a cell, as if I'm not a human, I'm gonna fuck your people up. I'm gonna go fuck your people up because I hate you and because you put me in handcuffs and locked me in a cell. So because you put me in handcuffs and locked me in a cell and took rights away from me, I'm gonna fuck your people up because I hate you. Because you locked me in a cell and took rights away from me and agency, and you treated me like I'm not a human. So because you treat me like I'm not a human, and because you treated me like I'm not a human by putting me in handcuffs, I'm gonna fuck your people up some more. But because you've disrespected me recently by the things you've said in my chat, I'm gonna fuck more of your people up. I'm gonna fuck up 120 of your people, and I'm 20 into the 120 of your people that I'm gonna fuck up because you've disrespected me in my chat.